make. A girl wearing glasses and a green suit, barely getting pulled down by the ground by a bunch of tiny girls in different colored suits, with a lamppost around her foot, float up into the sky. But that's not exactly true, is it? Love is unexpected. Love is inconvenient. Love is scary. Another girl, half covered in gray goo, half covered in yellow fire. Brain dusty tosses a tub of mint chocolate through the air, only for it to fall onto her head. Love is a mess. These three twisted shadows, one missing an eye, one shorter than the rest, and one nothing human, close in on two girls who close their eyes in fear. But then again, isn't that what it makes the most beautiful discovery one can make? Otto, watching all this from a cloud, wearing a Cupid costume, chugs his cherry soda and smirks. Because what's more important, what's more beautiful than knowing all that and still choosing it? Suddenly, the two girls' hands inch towards each other and clash! Boom! Darkness. Then, 1 week before the local derby. Beep, 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 beep. Slam! The alarm clock shut. Creak, cleek, sword. Boom! Teeth brush. Whack! Baseball caps place. You ready for today? Nessa, the pink-haired influencer mom, and Dan, the brunette-haired assistant coach, now Dad, ask their respective honors as they lead into their rooms. Always, Rochelle, the speckled-braided girl replied, hands on her hips, picked with a stare that would make any player on the opposing team shake in their boots. She looked tall, even without her CEO form. No. Sweaty, a great pessimistic, oddly cheery-looking mom, called out as Lori, the blonde anxiety attack whose shoulder Sweaty was currently residing on, swatted at her side, countered with a nope, that's okay. Parents put them a thumbs up, running off to get their car started. The girls took a deep breath and embraced themselves for another big day as part of the pickles. Jill, holding her helmet, now studded in an inordinate amount of star stickers, grinned as she saw smaller Rochelle's behind her, each one wearing a different colored suit and clapping wildly. Showtime! Lori, holding what looked like a green heaven costume, smiled nervously, but also eagerly, as she felt funny about the potential pitfalls of this venture and a whole new presence. A fiery yellow flame wearing sunglasses, egging her, around to take it by the throat. Showtime! Both girls then turned around, and suddenly they were outside the baseball field. They were there before anyone else, just like the old days, yet different. Turning towards her best friend forever ever since that one day in kindergarten when you know what happened, Rochelle gave her once ever staring at her costume up and down. Picklehead was still resting on her shaky noodly arms. You're right. It does make more sense than having a chicken that quacks. I know, right? That's what I told Coach James. Thank God he and Miss Dubious agreed. This was a great drama club extracurricular, Laura replied, clasping her hands together in a seeming prayer. This made her drop her mascot head, of course, and laughing sheepishly. She scrambled to pick it up, which was hard, seeing as her costume-gloved hands were slippery with brine. Method or nothing, I always say. Lori had told Rochelle, which was the first time she had ever said that sentence, of course. Rochelle couldn't help but stifle a tiny chuckle before offering her a warm smile. The kind that would make the lens flare kick into a shot. You know, I would never have taken you for that kind of girl. It's to finally show your kind of pressure. Seems I'm not the only one. Glory said with a friendly smirk, picking her frown with a nudge. The two girls kept smirking at each other, and the warmth was always there between them, clearly present even now. An autumnal September noon such as this, placing their new frigid places side by side. Meadow ones, since Laurie had eaten, and her old one out of Striss ones. Yes, really. Besties repeated a little tradition that now occurred before every game of the season. Good luck, Captain! Good luck, team captain! She saluted with her free hand, shoving her mascot hand once again. You'll do the strike, Bill, lass. It's to tear her gaze away from Motel, however. You're all the luck I need, Lucky Charm. Motel winked back, shooting a finger gun, then rushing out to the field to get some quick practice in. Star showed his helmet, bouncing off, up and down in line to the beating of her heart. As he did, Laurie whistled a pleasant tune and merged into a tiny office by the field. One that was erected by the recommendation of Coach James, who wanted to handle things a little more professionally. There, she could stare at her carefully curated script for the game. With dozens of moves for dozens of different situations the game might throw at her. Naturally, this brought sweaty out again. Stressful hallucination goblin scratching her way up. Held Laurie's shoulder. Oh no, did you hear that, Lucky Charm? Did you know what that spells? Expectations. Here, fill them all with me. They're mounting on you, crushing you. Great expectations. You know who wrote that? Charles Dickens. You know what he wrote about? Decrepit orphans. That's what you'll be if you fall short of her great expectations. I hope I enunciated that enough. You'll need to be at good begging for scraps in the streets. Say, have you practiced your begging face? I have mine. Looks like a puppy that got diagnosed with seasonal depression. Placing her mascot hat on, felt the skin prosper. And not just from the human costume. Huh, I never thought of it like that. Does Rosie count on my performance? Could we lose if I don't pop and lock well enough? I thought I quit softball. But just as suddenly a different voice rose out. One that has never popped up recently. Ever since Laurie had stopped doing well at her drama club. Yo, James Claude. Hey, James Claude. What kind of say never again attitude is this? Chill, girlfriend. We got this mascot thing D to the O to the W to the N. You know what? I heard one of them kids say last week's game, Mommy, the kids say, I'm gonna have my burgers with pickles from now on. You know what kind of influence that is? You've affected our little dietary instructions from now on into their early grave. That's talent. Said Moxie, a flaming yellow spark plug wearing sunglasses and an attitude befitting someone who hasn't notified the 90s have ended. Confidence rising, nodded, wearing a pleased grin, clenching her fists, just like a real movie star. They say out of 10 child stars end up at an early grave too. I can link you the article if you want. Sweaty insisted, texting Laurie the article. However, when she did, her phone was notified that it had been blocked. Sweaty questioned, insulted by this display. Maxie, he told me serious actors can't afford too many distractions. Oh, informed cheekily, giving Moxie a cheek punch. Her fists were sort of busy. You just stupid dances in front of 5-year-olds and projecting parents who need to attend therapy, Sweaty reminded. Quite truthfully, in her defense. The gray blob crossed her tiny arms, face turned away from her source of nourishment. Today, stupid dances in front of 5-year-olds and projecting parents who need to attend therapy. Tomorrow, the lead role in a streaming service limited series screwed by invisible marketing. Hori cried out, and with a flourish, she kicked out the door but rushed out of the field, feeling a pump of adrenaline rush. As she spent years chasing and missing out on, she was in softball. This was her calling. Rachel, meanwhile, was calling out tips and instructions about the opposition before Coach James could even get to his notes. Pickles catcher in charge as ever. Tom, your batting skills need work. Try and bunt it when their second pitcher's up. He never gives up this homers anyways. Tay, my girl, if their star has a cannon like your ex, gear up for that. Kai, Rochelle dished out her ideas, her CEO towering over all of her friends, only to get patted on the cap thrice. As Bigger gradually shrink down to normal size. Looking up, she could see the Coach James would seem a tad unamused. I think that if anyone's gonna give my daughter notes, it's me. Laughing awkwardly, Rochelle acquiesced, giving him room. Sure thing, Coach. Sure thing. I ain't trying to cause a scene, you know. Just assisting. That's my job now, Rochi. But your advice is still valued, Assistant Coach Jeb reassured her, giving Coach James a side-eye. Coach James, loosening up, nodded at Rochelle. Right. Just saying, as the new coach, I need to spread room for my ideas. Okay, I was just gonna tell Kai what she's doing since it's clearly working, Rochelle informed, skipping over the crowd section to chat with her mom real quick. James, eyes wide, stared at his notes for Kai, which said, just keep doing what you're doing. It's clearly working. Huh. Girl's sharper than I realized, he sparked, as he made a few and final edits to batting order. Rochelle spotted her mom and walked towards her. She felt the board of directors follow her. They were addition to her CEO form. One she found quite useful after what she'd gone through last spring. You know there's no such thing as too much advice, so when her mom wasn't available to ground her, her board happily provided backup. Jet, tell me, did I slay back there or what? Rochelle asked the purple version of herself, color-coded clothes massaging her boss's shoulders. Most slay. Why, I'd say, queen. But we promised the ruler's redundancy by 8% this term. An orange version of Rochelle, riding her boss's head and kicking her legs up and down. Added cheerfully, you're the first catcher again. Our catch you on the flip side tees will sell both ironically and unironically to the 6 through 12 demographic. Yay! Throw a check. Not worth the 200s. Gloves are right. That's 9 more weeks with gloves and that's disintegrating. What if we drop the ball and lose the game? What if we get injured? We'd be even further back in our goal and we have to eat hospital food. And I would honestly rather die of gangrene. The more fearful of the group wheeled out a projector and screen, clicked through slides, all of which were crudely drawn. Or Rochelle lose her glove, die of gangrene, and go through a funeral worker whose cost drive her mom and baby brother to live on the streets. Maybe we can talk to HR about it? Rochelle, the quietly morose board member, suggested. Rochelle shook her head. No, I already talked to Mom about the glove. Told me that there was a reasonable projection for 4 weeks. Until the glove, thanks to her new job and her new boyfriend. And after that, our average weekly salary from chores and tutoring, working at a snack shack, we're about to have 2 games away from a new glove. We're chill, baby, chill. We're chill. Coming out of her ears was less sure, as she shoved the phone into Rochelle's face. That's 1 game too many. The Jackals are next week. They're already posting on their socials that you're gonna fall short of expectations. That's a short go. A dang short joke. Rochelle seemed bothered by that. Truthfully, the Jackals Derby was the game of the season every year. and it would be the first one she'd be captain for. Could the captain really come out here with a disadvantage when they counted on her to lead to victory? Thankfully, Rochelle had learned a valuable lesson into the spring, and she wasn't going to let her impulsive thoughts win again. Take 5, people! I gotta talk to my mom. Rochelle clapped her hands. Pose! Rochelle disappeared, and 3 soon. The little girl shrunk back to normal size, looking up at her mom. Instead of Ash, the pink-haired influencer holding her growing baby boy, who was busy biting on her foam finger. She was busy streaming of a recent addition to her hand. But the moment her eyes caught Rochelle, she dropped up the phone and gave her daughter the full attention. Rochi, baby, hey! I was just telling my band fans that you're probably coaching them better than the new guy. Oh yeah, that's very true. But actually, I just wanted to tell you something very important. Rochelle started. Vanessa was already off her seat, right by the fan barricade, surrounded by pink energy. What is it, Miha? Are you cold, hungry, getting manipulated by even chicken people? Please, that's the latter. I want to knock Pogo's head off so badly. This behavior, Rochelle shook her head and smiled awkwardly, hoping she wasn't overstepping again. It was about my new gloves. I know we projected 4 weeks. My extra tutoring work could be 2. But you see, I wouldn't have them for the derby, and Rochelle hadn't noticed. But as she was saying all this, things began to float around her. The barricade was lifting, allowing the PTA 6 to sit in its by Coach Rasheed's notes. Field lights were levitating, hitting a spotlight just on her, and even Baby Z was slipping out of Vanessa's hands. They called curiously, what did they taste like? But before Rochelle could start floating too, Vanessa's heart weighed her down on her gently, keeping her on the ground like a weighted blanket. We'll do what we can. But we can only control so much, Miha. But I'll see what we can do. Maybe I could try to squeeze in more carpools, she offered. Instantly, making Rochelle saying anything, she shook her hands and worried, rejecting the comment. No, Mom. You work hard enough as it is. You're right. We'll just take things as they come. Mrs. Smile was no pair of no gloves, but it was good for now. I'm sure everything will work out. We'll choke her back into 2